an absolute pleasure to have you here on the channel. Aussies, love you. You tour down here what feels like almost every year at this point, which we're not mad about. It's a good time. But actually, let's touch on that real quickly with the whole coming down to Australia so much. How do you feel? It almost feels like Australia's a second home for you boys.
Yeah, it's weird. It's like for some reason what we do works really well in Australia. I think it's because I guess similar senses of humor. People get like the drinking culture and the stupid jokes and the swearing just seems to match up very well. I think it's weird because every time we've come, it's got bigger and bigger. I think there's a lot of bands. You go to Australia once, and it's people like, "Yep, take them off, been there, done that." And the next time they come around, it's not as good. But for us, it's like insane. Like this last one was like the very, very ambitious tour. It was huge shows, and it was running at the exact same time as Knotfest, which was incredible. We sold out this huge show in Melbourne the same day as Knotfest was in Melbourne. I was like, what the fuck? So it's does very well for us. It's a great place to come, and yeah, we'll be back in like let's face it, 18 months, I'm sure.
Yeah, that's the whole idea. Yeah, I remember that too. I remember you guys kind of announcing a tour competing with Knotfest. I was like, whoa, that's a big ask as well. And on Mardi Gras weekend, and I went to the Sydney show, and I've got to say, having you guys play on Mardi Gras weekend, just watching people at the bus stop going, why are all these people dressed as pirates?
Yeah, right. I mean, it fits. Pirates are a bit camp, so
Just oh, but mate, like new album out as well, and you mentioned you can't play a lot of new songs leading up to the first festival, but have you got many in the bank to play after that? Because the album's fantastic. I know it's not on paper; it looks like it's a short album. You got 8 songs, but there's one song on there that's the length of about 5 Alestorm songs.
exactly. Yeah, one song kind of makes up for it. But yeah, we've had a lot of people saying, "Oh, there's only 8 songs on the album." It's like, dude, one of them's like 17 minutes long. Give us a break. But yeah, it's there's definitely a lot of live songs we're gonna play here. Like pretty much most of them. Though I'm not sure we're gonna play the old long one because that's a bit of a pain in the ass to do at a festival or like because people come to Aylestorm shows for the party,
Yeah.
and while it's an incredible song, I think it's my favorite thing ever. I just don't know if it's gonna work live. We'll give it a go. Maybe once. We'll see.
It's interesting as well because that is a very long song. Like you guys have done long songs. Well, you've done long songs before, like Glory
Yeah.
Hammer. You've had some longer stuff, but 17 minutes, was that always the plan to be that long, or
I'll be honest. The plan was to do 20, and I just started. I ran out of steam at 17. I was like, oh, let's just call it a day. This'll do. It's gone on long enough.
no? Well, we can't all be Dream Theater at the end of the day and have the average
Right.
song length be 22 minutes. But like, how was the writing process for that? For Aylestorm to do that, I think like because with Glory Hammer there was a lot of lore, there was a lot of talk, and there is in this song as well. But when you approach the guys, were they kind of like on board, or like, yeah, fuck yeah, let's just go out and try
Yeah,
to do the long
I
song?
mean, I think everyone just, in a way, they just do what I tell them. I just like say, I've written this album, let's go, and they go, okay. But that one, yeah, I wrote that one because a lot of the songs I write with a bunch of friends, but
Mm-hmm.
this one was like pretty much entirely me, just sitting down and throwing it out. But I think it's actually easier to write long songs because when you're writing a short song, it's got to be perfect.
Yeah.
You got to have like the perfect intro hook. Then after exactly 35 seconds, hit this insane chorus, and then don't repeat things too much, but repeat them enough that it's catchy. It's crazy. But with a long song, you can throw all the rules out the window and just like start fucking riffs out, and then you can have a riff that takes 5 minutes to build up, and then goes into blast beats and some weird progressive solo with a weird time signature. You can do all this stuff because I think when people are listening to a long song, they're in a different sort of state of mind. They're like, okay, let's see where this voyage will take me. It's not a song for a party or for people with like a low attention span. It's like you got to concentrate on it. And so yeah, you can do a lot more fun things. You can have like weird little riffs that pop up after 10 minutes and they're never seen again. And people love that shit. Like when like, oh, it's an exciting riff. So yeah, it's actually easier to write long songs, I think. So yeah, maybe the next time round is going to be nothing but long songs.
Sounds like a play. No, it's interesting you say that because you're kind of right, and you're right. When you put on a long song, you're there to listen to the song. It's not
Yeah,
playing in the background by accident. It's not I'm quickly running to the store to get
yeah.
groceries, unless you live out in the country like I do, and it does take 20
Long
minutes to
drive.
get
Yeah.
to the bloody store. But yeah, no, it's a testament to what you guys are doing. And did that carry over to the rest of the album, seeming a little bit? Because I noticed you've kind of gone into the bit more, almost like some of the older stuff you guys have done, where it's like we're going to have some blast beats, double bass, like wicked guitar solos. Because I felt like it felt new, but at the same time I was like, Oh shit! And a lot of people that I guess got into Ailstorm maybe over the last 5 years maybe haven't heard you guys do any of this stuff where it's just it shows the band's talent as a whole. I guess really.
I mean, yeah, we've had a lot of. I mean, to be honest, in recent years, we've had a lot of blast beats and screams, but like they've always been
Yeah.
kind of hidden away on like the deep album tracks. Like we've had this thing, and I guess for a few years, we always have these singles that are like kind of big pop hits, and then the rest of the album's weird. But this time around, we didn't want to write any too many pop hit singles. So like, yeah, like track one on the album starts with like this. It goes into this Children of Bodom sort of melodeath sort of riffing. Yeah, I think it was just this time around it was like a conscious effort to not write songs that fit a mold. Like, it wasn't like, okay, this song has to be a hit and this song has to. It's just like it was just like writing pure chaos, just whatever felt right to do at the moment, and it just feels more natural. It's more adventurous in a way. There's less because when you're not constraining yourself to say this must sound like a classic Ailstorm hit.
Mm.
If you've got no rules like that, just madness comes out, and it works really well. But yeah, it was a definite decision just to do a different sort of style this time around, and I think it's I like where it's gone.
My reviewer, because you mentioned it, my reviewer is going to jump up and down. Who did the review? He actually just released it on the website today because his first thoughts was like, "Wow, there's like Children of Bodom esque in this opening track." I was like, "Yeah, man, I fucking heard it too," but I was like,
Yeah,
"What if other people are going to hear it?" Because Children of Bodom, unfortunately, aren't around anymore. But I instantly went to that as well, and I love
yeah,
the language. Like it's very,
yeah.
like you said earlier, but we like the swearing. It's like, "Do you drink rum and you can't?" Can always.
Such a good line in it. Yeah, but yeah, I love that. I think again, sometimes people give a shit for the swearing, but it's like it's sort of become part of what Ailstorm does. Like ever since we wrote the first swearing song was like well, fucked an anchor.
Yeah.
And then it just got so addictive. It's like, oh my God, swearing is fun. We are literally 12 years old. We can just say cunt, fuck, balls, and it's fun.
It's one of those things because no one else, well, I'm sure there are other bands doing stuff like that, but you kind of do it in a way where it's almost like I'm not embarrassed if my parents heard that because it's kind of like, oh, this is just funny. You've got the accent as well,
Yeah,
like we do. We've
yeah.
got the accent. It's kind of like, it's just those boys are doing that kind of thing.
Oh, those laws. Yeah, it's not aggressive swearing. It's just a bunch of lads having a laugh.
Well, like just like us Aussies, it's a term of endearment to call someone a cunt. It's like you're a mad cunt.
Exactly.
Yeah. But getting back to the album, like how long did this one take to write? Because you guys are churning out stuff fairly regularly on the point. But I think you do it long enough where it doesn't feel too old. Like, oh, Ailstorm's finally got something out, but you're not rushing it out as much. Where it's like, oh Jesus, they're putting out an album every year. But to do something so, I think grand on this scale was quite impressive, especially after the EP you just put out as well.
Well, that's the thing, because that EP came out last April, May, I think.
Yeah, it was
And then
last year.
my thoughts were like, fuck it, we're gonna ride that for a good year and a half. But then like it got to like late summer, like last September, last or no, maybe August last year. And I was like, or we could do another album. So I just started writing and I was like, hey guys, I've kind of written a couple of songs here. Should we do an album? We've got like 3 weeks spare in December. Do you want to record something? Everyone was like, yeah, sure. So like really was a completely last minute thing. Like I did not, if you'd asked me a year ago, "Hey, do you guys have an album coming?" I'd be like, nah. But then it was like literally it just appeared. I was like, oh fuck, I guess we've got some songs. Let's do this. And yeah, it came out of nowhere. And yeah, so even like this long stuff, it did not take long to write. It's
Yeah,
like I
wow.
say, it's easier. It's easy to write these long songs. And when you're not restricting yourself to, does this sound like Hailstorm, or are we going to have some Children of Bottom metal death riffs? When you say yes to everything, it just fucking comes out of nowhere. And yeah, an album appeared. So yeah, we surprised ourselves with how fast this existed.
And speaking of the writing as well, like you say, this isn't a typical Ailstorm song. Do you feel that over the years, like this is album what, number 8 now, not including the EPs, do you feel it's a bit more relaxing and you can just kind of do what you want to an extent? Because I don't think you guys are ever going to win. I've seen the YouTube comments that you do a serious song, people go, oh, I want the silly party songs. You do the party, Party. Well, why can't you do stuff like it used to be back in the day? So you're never
Oh my
going to win.
God. Yeah, that frustrates me. Every time it's like, yeah, it's almost like people are blindsided. They only want to see the thing they hate. So you see people going, oh, I remember when Ailstorm wrote serious songs on, like, say, Party, whatever. And it's like, dude, there's literally some epic songs in this album you're not paying attention to. You're just only seeing the fucking single. Like, I guess maybe people are used to bands where every song sounds the same. But, like, And so you think if you heard one, you heard them all. But this album's all over the place. And it's so hard to get across to people. Yeah, obviously we write these singles which are hits and people fucking love them, but there's so much more to this band than that, and you're just not paying attention. You're just like, you know, like we. And it's even fucking our last album. We had we tried to like make people realize it because that first single was a Magellan's Expedition, which is like pretty much a rip-off of Over the Seas from our first album, like the most archetypal first album Maelstrom song. And again, people didn't pay attention. And then Party comes out, and everyone goes, "Why don't Alestorm write songs like Over the Seas anymore?" It's like, fucking hell, you know. So you can't win. You just can't win, and it's and I've got this horrible habit of engaging with these haters and saying I love calling people fucking idiots all the time. I just spent my life when I'm bored and on a tour bus, whatever, go online and just say you're all fucking morons.
Hey, you got to, man. And that's what they want at the end of the day. I don't know.
Mm.
I get it. I'm on YouTube doing stuff like this and I get it all the time. Like, you took time out of your day to do that. Cool, man. Love you for it. But it's interesting because, I do the reaction videos and I've done like, I don't know, 10 Hailstorm reactions in the past, but people have done the same thing. Those ones where it's a bit more serious, do half the views of PA to RTY. And people in my videos will comment going, oh, I miss when they were a real pirate metal band.
I think that's the big problem these days is trying to advertise, I don't know, promo. I hate this fucking marketing shit.
Yeah.
I just want people to, here's an album, okay, listen to it, not just hear a fucking YouTube single and say that'll do. That's what this band sounds like. But it's just a challenge. Like I don't know how to do it anymore because like the record label doesn't get us, the fans don't get us, people don't fucking understand it. But yeah, there's still plenty of people coming out to the shows, so I cannot complain really.
I think the fans at the end of the day are enjoying what you're doing. Yeah. So I think the people that are commenting, they're not the ones that are going to buy the album. They're not going to. So I don't think, it's not worth the time.
You just have to remember everybody on the internet is a fucking moron. And then if you have that mindset, it's fine.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. But man, I'm gonna ask you, because I've been a fan for a long time, like since like the original days. I remember hearing Wenches and Mead like my first year out of high school and going, what the hell is this type of music? Yeah. So right. And it was one of those ones where I was still using, that LimeWire, and it had the ad in the middle of the song as well, so I could never really listen to it properly. So it's amazing to see how you guys have gone over the years. But I got to say, what led you into doing this style of music? Because it's definitely not a mainstream. Like you guys are for lack of a better term, pirate metal band. But what led you down that path?
I mean, I grew up with like folk metal, like power metal, and like weird symphonic black metal. Like the thing that got me into metal in the first place was this very obscure English band called Baal Sagoth, and they were like epic, super heavy, but like had keyboards. And I was like, wow, you can play keyboards in a metal band? I found a place in life. So like they had all these epic brass stuff, and that got me into that. And then I started hearing bands like Turisas, Corpiclani, Ensiferum, the folk metal, old guard. I was like, fuck yeah. Then like bands like Rhapsody, I got into like power metal, like 90s power metal.
Yeah.
But like there was a lot of times like I would listen to this stuff and think, oh, this could be better. Like sometimes they go off in really stupid directions, and let's just like make this but make it fun. Take epic power metal but make it fun. And then it just sort of happened. I mean the pirate thing was an accident. Like I was not meant to be a pirate band. I was writing songs about anything. Like it was a song about fish, a song about hot dogs, and a song about pirates. And the song about pirates took off. So that was it. But yeah, it's just we started like so. Folk and power metal was our world, which is weird because they're both sort of dead genres. Like these days, there's no good folk metal left. Like I mean, obviously there's all these old bands are still going, but there's no bands that are like folk metal or coming up now. So it's dead genre. Yeah. Power metal has got stable. Power metal's turned into fucking disco metal. Like every power metal band who wants to get famous is doing some like synthesized techno beats now, and it's all very fake. Like fucking hell, the number of big bands that are playing and literally everything is on backing tracks when they play live. It's fucking shocking. Like vocals, guitars, bass, everything. Sometimes only the drummers. Sometimes the drummer's fake. It's nuts. Like how fake and bullshit this genre's got. So like it's a weird thing. I don't really know where we fit in the world anymore, but we just do our own thing.
And if you're doing your own thing and people are loving it, that's the important thing. It's funny you mentioned Tourist Stars. That was kind of the band that got me into that folk metal. Shame they're not around anymore.
We have
Uh,
tried so hard to get them back. Like, hey guys, you want to do a tour? We can give you whatever you want, but it's not happening.
darn. My brother's going to be heartbroken after hearing that. But speaking of more folk rock, I guess, I know she got a track coming up with the boys in Saltatio Mortis for their anniversary, Gardy Lou. I did hear them play
Oh, they're
that.
putting that.
Yeah,
Oh, they're putting that out. See, I didn't. You know
yeah.
more than I do because it was so we toured. Fucking hell, we toured with them in November 2023. Supported them in Germany,
Yep.
and yeah, we was at one day backstage. The guy was like, "Hey, you want to do some guest vocals for a song?" I was like, "Yeah, fucking right, let's do this." So we recorded this in the backstage of a venue, and it was like great. They said, "Oh yeah, we're going to put this out soon." I'm like, "Cool, cool, cool." And this is literally the first time I've heard about this since. I need to fucking do my research. Holy shit.
Oh, mate, it's hard. It's like I'm mates with a layover. So I kind of saw it come out, and I just noticed on the track list because they're doing a big 25-year anniversary vinyl, and it's like 5 vinyls coming out, and just down the list, it's like Guardy Lou featuring Alestorm. Was like, oh, got to ask Chris
That's
about
fucking
that.
right.
Yeah.
Nice. Good. I literally almost forgot about that. Holy shit.
Well, there
Nice.
you go. It's out at the end of next month. So yeah, the world will hear
Oh,
it.
cool.
So,
Thanks.
yeah. There you go. So that's
I've
cool.
not even heard the final. I only heard my, when I was recording in the studio, and that was it. So
It's a fun song, and I've like I said, I heard it live, and I thought, oh yeah, I can 100% see you guys getting on that. Do you
yeah,
love doing those collabs? Because I love the Powerwolf stuff you've done in the
yeah.
past
I
and
mean,
all that stuff.
I love doing anything. I don't, I think a lot of bands they try to protect their image and only do this and only play with that and like don't be mysterious, but like we're not mysterious. We're the least mysterious band on earth. We're just 5 idiots talking shit on stage. And if people want to add my voice to their song, sure, yeah, I'll do it. I'll do it for free. I don't care. I don't want your money. I just want to. It's like I've had fucking random ass local bands ask me to do like it was like some Chilean local band asked me to do guest vocals. Like yeah, sure, here we go. So it's just fun. I don't care as long as I've got like a space and a time to do it, and it's not annoying or difficult to do. I'll do anything. Yeah.
And speaking
I'm
of
a
your,
whore. I'm a whore.
we love that. We love that. You got to get out there. But mate, I've got to ask you with the voice as well. How you got quite the raspy voice when you sing. If anyone tries to emulate you and they're not a singer, you come away from the show a bit like that. Did you have to work on getting that kind of rasp to your voice, or it's just the accent and everything over the time, a couple of beers and all that? It's just
It's weird. Yeah, because obviously when I talk now, it's not exactly powerful pirate voice. It's like, "Arr," It's just, but the thing is, it doesn't hurt to do live. It's a thing that doesn't unless I'm doing these super high belting out notes. That's when it starts to fuck me up. But like just doing normal songs, I can do that all day. But yeah, it literally started. So like when this band started off, like we're talking like 2004. We were like some kids in a bedroom, and we had this guy who was going to do vocals, but he was like a clean power metal singer, and I didn't really fit. So I was just the keyboard player at the time. And I just go up and say, no, like, how about like this? And I just did this sort of demo take and I put on this pirate accent. And we're like, oh my God, this is it. You're the fucking singer now. And we see and that guy sort of just went away. I don't know. But it's just me going, "Arr." And it's like, I don't sing very loud. It's quite a quiet thing. Like the microphone does all the work. And so that's the problem. If you're in the audience and you're singing like us and you're blasting it out and you're drunk, you're going to have a bad time. You pretty much, it's just one step above a whisper.
yeah. Well, that makes a lot of sense because I thought maybe you're
Yeah.
just backstage with a scotch and a big cigar. And
God,
just
no,
rip that.
there's no talent to this. It's all hacks and workarounds.
Got to say as well, with the new album coming out, you said there's a couple of songs you want to be playing live. I guess this interview will probably come out around the time the album goes live. So, what are you looking forward to playing? Is there
So,
anything that you're a bit nervous about getting out there?
well, so far we've played Frozen Piss and Killed to Death by Piracy, like because obviously they're the singles are out. We
Yeah.
played those at the last couple of festivals we did. We're gonna add The Storm next, which is actually a single, which will, I guess by the time this is out, it's gonna be a video. It's out there. We're gonna add that to the set. It's kind of like it's mid-tempo sort of Amon Amarth vibes. I think to me it just screams like you're playing at Wacken. It's round about sunset, and there's like 50,000 Germans with their fists in the air.
Yeah.
In a good way, not in a bad way. Yeah, that kind of vibe. It's like, oh fuck, this is like an absolute, stadium banger. And then so that's going to be in the set list, and yeah, we're probably going to play Banana as well because it's fucking stupid, and that's what the kids want.
Yeah. I was going to say, if you're doing a summer festival, Banana kind of, it just fits the vibe.
Yeah, we'll get that on there eventually.
Yeah, no, it's brilliant. But mate, I cannot wait for people to hear this album. I've been enjoying the hell out of it for the last week. So well done, you guys. I think always hit it out of the park. I've been a fan for you, like I said, 2008 now. Wow. We're getting older. We're getting older, Chris. I don't know if I
really
like it.
It's disgusting, isn't it?
Yeah, bloody hell. But is there anything you want to say to the people, especially the Aussie fans out there, that we love you and I know we're going to see you again soon?
They know we love them. I'm not going to say it. That's embarrassing, isn't it? But yeah, we'll be back. Like, Australia is far too good to us, and for some reason, fuck knows why. Yeah, we'll be back. Let's face it, 18 months from now, we'll be back. We know the way it goes. It's just a thing now. We'll schedule it in.
Yeah,
it's going to be good. We've got
It's not a science. It's kind of like marketing the calendar. I'm like, okay, Alestorm are about overdue. Where are they?
Yeah, right. Here we come again. No surprises here anymore.
Well, brilliant, mate. Thank you so much for spending the time with me today. Can't wait for people to hear the album and can't wait to see you guys next time you're down this way.
Yeah, nice one. Cheers, mate.
Cheers, mate. Have a good one.
You too, buddy. Bye.
Bye.